Hey YouTube, it's that dude named Dave and welcome to my channel. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Before we get started, my price of admission, like, subscribe, and the bell notification below. You guys are watching my videos, but you're all not sub yet. So let me help you by helping me out here and give you guys a few seconds to do this. Okay, we got those few seconds out the way, no long intros. Today's video, we're coming to us complicated. Shout out to him on his YouTube channel here. He's out here in these Vegas streets. In this video here, he talks to women about being perfect tens. So let's get to the video and we're gonna try to make this make sense.
Who is better at self-improvement, men or women?
Women.
Self-improvement, definitely women.
Okay, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10.
10s across the board.
10,
Oh, period.
Okay, isn't saying you're a 10 admitting there's no room for improvement?
No, not at all.
Isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
You're
We
right.
said we were perfect. We just said
We
we
said
were
we're
10.
10s.
That doesn't. You didn't say that being on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being perfect.
Facts.
Well, what would be perfect then? On a scale of 1 to 10?
There is no perfect, really.
Isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
Yes. 100%.
So then why would you admit that you're a 10, which is perfect?
Because you should feel in your own way that you are perfect
you
because
should
that's
embrace
confidence.
that because that's manifesting that you are a 10.
12.
Isn't saying you're a 12 admitting there's no room for improvement?
Ooh, you got me. No, that doesn't.
because I mean, a universal scale.
You gotta
Yeah.
speak in the microphone.
Is it?
Universal scale, we're talking about like 20, right? Right. So like, there's always room for improvement. We just think highly of ourselves, but there's always room for improvement. We just think highly of ourselves.
Well, isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
No, it just means that there's room to grow, right?
Yes.
It just means that
The
there's always
room to grow.
I didn't say we're perfect. We just said we think highly of ourselves.
Okay, but how highly is too highly?
There's not a limit. There's not a limit.
There's never
There's not a
never
limit.
too much.
You don't. There's not a level to where I think so highly of myself that it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's not there.
I think everybody should think highly
Yes.
of themselves.
You should too.
All the way
Yep.
on the outer
You
space.
should have the most
Okay,
confidence.
high in the sky.
What is more attractive to you? Somebody that's down to earth and doesn't take themselves too seriously, or somebody who walks around and thinks they're all that?
I like both. I mean, no, I would.
It's like a mixture of both.
It's like it is a mixture of both. You want someone who thinks highly of themselves, but
also
down
knows
to
how to.
earth.
Yeah.
Well, how can you be both? Aren't they a
It's
contradiction?
very possible.
Yeah,
Look
it
at
is.
that one. Like, I think highly of myself, and I'm hella goofy and down to earth at the same time. And I'm single, so
But we know that.
We can
we
see
know
that.
we're not better than anybody else.
Okay, is it possible to improve without?
Before we go to the next one here, isn't it funny to see how modern women do not understand the concept of his question? Shout out to him with these follow-up questions here. When we talk about a scale of 1 to 10, they're not even comprehending the fact that 10 is the peak. One woman said, well, isn't universal scale 20? Are you not even paying attention? Are you not listening? So when you say you're a 10, you say there's no room for improvement. You're saying that you are good. Take me as I am. I am the best. There is no need for changes and improvements. But then when you ask these follow-up questions, what do I say? Well, you should there's always room to improve. So which one is it? You see, that's the reason why he has to scale 1 to 10 as far as these rating scale goes. But for some women, they want to move the goalposts here. So let's see what else we got going on here.
Without taking accountability.
No.
Yeah, you have to be self-aware and accountable for
What's the last mistake you took accountability for?
Oh, good one.
Damn.
The last mistake I took
Probably
accountability for?
Always being late.
Okay, why is it often said that women are notoriously late?
Because
It take a long time to look
Yeah.
good, boo.
Yeah. Like we have so much to do. We have to like do our hair, our makeup.
Procrastination, basically.
Well, why not just start getting ready earlier?
Procrastination.
Okay. If you were on a first date, how long would you wait for a man who was late?
not at
Ooh.
all.
I wouldn't wait. If you're late.
Honestly, past 10 minutes.
I would say if they're communicating with me,
Yeah.
I give it 10
Yeah.
minutes.
With communication,
I give it like 10,
it's
15
fine.
minutes.
Yeah, if they're communicating.
As long as there's like letting me know what's up.
Okay. When preparing for a special
You hear how that goes here when it comes to men and women being late? I have a personal story I want to give out here. I was seeing this one woman a long time ago, and from the time period, I say the first 6 to 7 months, I was never late. If anything, I showed up early. And sometimes I didn't even contact her. I'll just sit in the parking lot, you know, I'll sit on the street basically, you know, check my messages before I hit her up, let her know I'm there. And then she still wouldn't be ready. For that period of time, I was always early. If anything, the latest I'll be 5 minutes early pulling in before she'd be ready to go. But the one time that I was late and I was communicating about an hour and a half of time that I was running behind schedule because of traffic. And, you know, I shouldn't be texting and driving, but at stoplights, you know, say, hey, I'm here, things of that nature. By the time I showed up, fellas, you know what happened. She immediately yelled and screamed and ripped me a new one. Now, I have never displayed being late. Like I stated here, early every single time. There've been time I've been early 30 minutes and didn't feel like waiting because I knew that she would be still getting dressed. But all it takes is for one time for a man to be late, and she will treat it like we're late all the time. She will treat it like we're disrespecting them. She'll treat it like we don't have what it takes to actually be with them, and even threaten saying that this is not gonna work. But lo and behold, those 5 or 6 months doesn't matter. Let her be late. I'm always waiting on her. And it's like, whatever, you know, we gotta get ready. We're fashionably late. You see the double standard that we have here with women here? We're expect to wait on them. Even we tell them what time to get dressed or early time here, but all it takes is for us one mistake, we're out the door. Let's continue. Let's see how this is going here.
Night out on the town, how much consideration do you give towards being on time?
None. I have 15 minutes to make it to a club, and I still got to go change and get ready.
Zero.
Zero? Why is it often said that women are notoriously late?
Because they
we
take
have more
fucking
stuff.
hours to get
No,
dressed.
we have more
They
stuff
want
to
do
do.
eyelashes,
We have more stuff to do. All they have
wanna
to do is take
feet,
a shower,
nails, hands. They
shower
want to wax
and get
that
dressed.
coochie
We
before
got
they
way more
get
shit to
out.
do.
They want to do all
We
type of
have
shit.
way more shit to do. They don't have nothing to do besides take a shower, hair already cut, throw an outfit on.
We're just always late because we do so much when we're trying to get somewhere. Like when we're getting ready, we dance and sing, and it's like we haven't done anything.
What?
Okay, I often
Sing
hear
and dance.
the excuse to be fashionably late, right? Why is fashionably late a thing when women are capable of being on time for a job?
I don't think it's an excuse.
Why do modern women have more of a problem submitting to a husband than they do submitting to an employer?
What was the question?
In other words, why do women think they are free when they serve their employers, but slaves when they serve their husband and children?
Because
Good
the
question.
employers give us money. Our husbands give us headaches.
So men don't give you money? I thought men were providers.
They are, but I know for sure I'm going to get paid on the 1st and 15th. I don't know with him.
Okay, what's one thing you wish men understood?
You see the negative connotation that's put upon men, and she's a black woman here, so we know she's speaking from the fact that probably about black men here, that you will be on time for your job. Talk about, yeah, you're gonna get your check on the 1st and 15th here. You will subjugate yourself to that boss, or like we say here, to the man. But when it comes to your husband, the one that you're supposed to love, the one you're supposed to build a family with, or if it's your boyfriend, your significant other, the one you choosing to rock with here, you see how they talk about us? You know, like it's like a slavery type of thing, like is lower than, we have no respect. You see how she looked at that question? It's like, well, we're gonna get paid in the 1st and 15th. You never know of a man. Don't even understand how much we provide to a relationship. Whatever we do is mitigated. It's always to the bottom, to the sewer. But you will go ahead and give your all to a boss, but you won't give your all to the man who loves you. Let's see what else is going on here.
Better about women.
Catcalling, it's not.
Oh, catcalling. Here we go.
It's not appreciated.
There's a difference from being creepy and then just trying
charming.
to being charming.
And complimenting. Catcalling is not complimenting.
Not a compliment.
What does the behavior of approaching a woman respectfully look like?
Good question.
It looks like a man coming up to you and just giving you literally a normal compliment. Like your outfit.
And also probably talking to you about yourself other than talking to you about your looks and what you look like.
Instead of being like, damn girl, that ass is fat, how about be like, wow, like you're a beautiful woman.
Makeup looks nice.
Yeah.
Something like that other than complimenting your physical.
If a man gives you a compliment and a woman gives you a compliment, does it have different meaning to you if it's the exact same compliment?
Yes. If a woman gives it to me, then it means way more. If a man gives it to me,
I'm like, a compliment from a man means literally nothing, but a compliment from a woman
means a lot.
Now that's something.
So what
Y'all
advice
hear
would you
this?
give to a man who maybe wants to come up and say something nice without being perceived as creepy?
approach a woman nicely. Say, I just want to let you know you're beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, instead of just like maybe you could
Or
if she's into
don't-
it, if she's into it, stand there, wait a second. But if you could tell she's like, then walk away.
Also, go into it like not thinking that you're gonna
Get something out of it.
Yeah, get her right away.
Yeah.
Do women often find attractive men cute and romantic when an ugly one doing the exact same thing is creepy?
Honestly, yes. It's probably rude, but
Good
yes.
question.
So then isn't it entirely subjective?
Yes.
So then if so, why should a guy even bother trying to be romantic unless the woman already shows interest?
Well, I think it depends on the girl also. Like it depends on who
Yeah,
you
I
are.
mean, if an ugly man came up to me and was like, "You're beautiful," I'd be like, "Thank you so
Well, aren't
much."
you also saying that it depends on the guy?
Yeah, it depends on the.
It does.
But
I'm gonna
but
be
like
honest.
she said, like if an ugly guy comes up to me and is like, "Oh, like you look very beautiful," then
Someone that she thinks ugly, but let's say I don't think they're ugly, that's the difference. So like
yeah.
attractive.
Everyone
is a
has-
scale.
Yeah,
beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Women will often say
Do you guys hear that here? They literally were talking on both sides of their mouth about catcalling. But men, do you see how that goes? If she's attracted to you, she will allow what the situation will dictate because she is feeling you. But literally the question was that if an ugly man did the exact same thing, it's like, oh, thank you for this compliment. Thank you. Nice. All that stuff like that. They want to put certain terms out there, but then if it's not someone whom they like, they deem it as creepy. You see the hypocrisy when it comes to women, and as men, the problem that we have when we try to approach a woman here, we don't know if you think we're attractive or not here sometimes. There could be the choosing signals, but let's say that we don't see that. Let's say that we see you from the corner and we want to walk in and approach you. If you're not feeling us, it's automatically creepy. But if you are feeling us, you want to invite it, you want some more. But how is a man supposed to know that when she literally said each woman is different? It all depends on that particular woman. So every woman has a different requirement and standard, and a man has no idea how to approach. That's why we don't see men approaching women these days. One, because of Me Too and getting accused of certain things here. And number two, we don't know if it's gonna be a hypocrisy situation where that you feel us, you're not feeling us, and you're gonna treat us like a Stanley. They literally were talking on both sides of their mouth. Let's continue.
things like all men cheat or men only want one thing, are women more likely to accept negative generalizations about men than they are about women?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think so because a lot of guys are different. There is like a 50% of them that are like good, like they're really nice and respectful, but there's other like ones that just don't have that. And they do whatever the fuck they want and
Okay.
act a fool.
Okay. But why is it when it comes to calling out female behavior, it depends on the woman?
Good question.
Women are weird as well.
Yeah, women do the same shit. There's some shicey ass girls out here in Vegas, especially.
Okay, yeah. A lot of them are on my channel, but you're not one of them, so. If women don't need men, why do women date men?
For their own
Good
pleasure.
question.
What do you mean?
We don't need them, but we want them.
We want the attention. We like the attention.
I don't know, maybe procreation, boredom, the need to not be alone.
Well, why not just date a woman?
Look, I do that, so I don't know.
Okay, well, why not just date a woman?
Because I'm
It's
not
a
into
different
that.
attention.
Okay, so why do women date men?
Because they have a penis.
Dick.
So if women want dick, how is that different than men sexually objectifying women?
Because women have more feelings. I mean, they do that, but there's feelings come behind it. Where men, they just.
If women don't need men, why?
You see how he asked that question and they were stumped. Women constantly want to put it out there that they don't need us, but they want us. But all the time, it's like men is objectifying women. We need to not create the narrative, to showcase a narrative that's actually happening, that women actually also objectify men. But we live in this society and standard that looks at women in a different way as men. And when we say this here, it looks like that we're women bashing, or there's no way women can do this here. Here's what I like to say. Women are human beings. They are just like us as men. It just has some different genetic body parts, but at the end of the day, they have the same up here as us men. So human beings are gonna do what they're going to do. Let's continue. Let's see what he's gonna say here.
Why do women date men?
Dick.
Okay, how is that different than men objectifying women sexually?
Right.
Damn, that's a good ass question. I don't have an answer.
We really can't provide nothing but pussy.
Ooh.
At the end of the day. That's true.
Okay, so then how come when you ask a woman what she brings to the table, that's not her answer?
Because they're not being true to themselves.
Okay, interesting. All right. So why do women complain about being sexually objectified when you think that the JJ is pretty much all they're bringing?
That's a good question. Wow. Next question, Steven.
You don't have an answer? Okay. Oh, wow. All right. Do you think a woman's body count matters in dating?
No. Well, yes. Okay. When guys look at it, yes, because for females to have sex, we have to give them consent, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when a guy has sex with a female, he scored basically.
Okay, so it's unladylike for a woman to go sleep with several guys, you know what I mean? Because back in the day, women didn't sleep with someone, or they didn't even lose their virginity. They got married virgins, you know what I mean? So that's how it's been. So that's already been like the stigma for women. So when dudes do it, it's already okay because it's been okay for so long. They had prostitution going on all the way back when Jesus was alive, you know what I mean? So that's why people still make it okay today.
Yeah,
Shout out to brother.
Matters. We like to say it doesn't, and it shouldn't, but it does.
Now, the fact that you also like women, does it matter to lesbian women the same way that it matters to men?
No.
That's interesting. How do you explain the difference there?
I feel like a lot of times, like, when it comes to that, it's the idea of you being, like, more experienced. Not saying that people are against, like, messing with, like, a first-time person, but that's such a, like, emotional attachment experience if I'm the first person taking your virginity. Well, if you come across somebody that's already, like, know what they're doing, then, yeah, you're kind of a little bit more comfortable with that. So I don't know why that's different with those two, but I know in the queer community, it's definitely a little different.
Yeah. Well, if a woman's body count doesn't matter, why would a woman ever slut shame another woman?
Because females are haters. They be hating on each other.
Well, if women don't even trust other women, then why should men trust women?
Good question.
Because, like I said, we provide the vajayjay.
Okay. Well, if women provide the vajayjay and men provide the resources, how is dating not just a loose form of prostitution?
It is. I never said it wasn't.
Okay, so then why do women get offended when you call them prostitutes?
Because they hate getting told the truth.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Why do women hate being told the truth?
Because we are very hard-headed and we don't like to listen.
I think...
I'm going to stop the video on that one here. She was on the point on that one here. Women are hard-headed here. Oh, boy, here. I wanted to give this clip out here. Shout out to This Complicated on YouTube, man. He is doing good things in these YouTube streets here. I wanted to do this video because I'm always in Vegas. I was just there last month, and I'm planning on going back again. But even though he's interviewing women and men on the Las Vegas streets here, these are not just all Las Vegas locals. Vegas is one of the most populated travel destinations in the world. So of course, with someone like It's Complicated, he's gonna hit these streets and gonna be able to talk to not just Vegas locals, but people who are coming in on vacation and they're loose, they're being free. He's gonna get their honest assessments. What do we see here? We see the hypocrisy in women and how they view us as men, and also their own beliefs and standards and beauty. And no one's here as a 10. Let's just put that out here. I am sorry about that. You can have a looks as a 10, but the overall quality, let's just put that out there, right? You can have looks as a 10, and one ones we're talking about is the superstars. They don't even count here. We watch them on TV. But when we're talking about the regular, everyday person here, we're not 10s. All of us got things to work on here. Looks, beauty, personality, therapy, because if we deal with some trauma, whatever the case may be. But women, when men approach them on the dating market, on the sexual marketplace, what do we see? Take me as I am. Okay, if you can't handle this, then I know someone who is, basically putting themselves on a pedestal that there is no improvement. But men, we have to constantly prove ourselves. We have to constantly keep building ourselves up, because if we don't, we're gonna be left by the wayside here. So I want to show this video to fellas here to understand the mindset of modern women, the hypocrisy, how they view themselves that way. And then when you ask certain questions, they can't answer it, and then the goalpost gets moved. Like the one example, when you said, scale from 1 to 10, I thought the universal scale was 20. Well, we're not talking about the universal scale. What we're talking about is 1 to 10. So why are you changing it to fit your argument? Moving the goalposts. That's why we say when we're having conversations, discussing with women, make sure you're mindful and understand what they're saying so that they don't move it out the way so that you lose your argument in your place, because they will change it to fit their narrative. So fellas, be careful here, because even though we're seeing this in the Vegas streets here, these women are across the globe. This is something that's happening all over here, and we have to be mindful and understand who we're seeing. Otherwise, we're gonna fall in trap. We're gonna want to buns glaze, and then next thing you know, we're dealing with the wrong woman, and she is treating us like a living hell, like the banshee she is. Comment, like, subscribe, and click on that bell notification below. I want to know what you think about my commentary about this video here, what you think about It's Complicated and the people he interviewed in these Vegas streets. But until next time, I'm that dude named Dave. See y'all later, YouTube world.